Hello again. 3 fourth-round cup ties tonight. Indeed, 32 teams thinking about Wembley before today's games. The pinnacle of any player's career. Dave Watson went there in 1973 with Sunderland, one of the most unexpected results when they beat Leeds. And Sammy McIlroy got his winner's medal in 1977 with Manchester United, and was also against the odds when their opponents were Liverpool. Well, those two players today, no doubt thinking about Wembley again. They're both with Stoke now and against Liverpool this afternoon. And would you believe it, the only two players involved to have been on the winning side in an FA Cup final. The only major trophy Liverpool's present team hasn't won. So we see the cup favourites Liverpool tonight, and also the cup holders Spurs, winners for the past 2 years and defending that remarkable run of success today at home to West Brom. And to complete a formidable lineup, we've got Manchester United as well. And in front of a full house at Kenilworth Road, Luton, the major highlights there, and what a tremendous atmosphere it was too.
Tonight's headlines: further crowd violence at Derby County for the second time in 7 days. Chelsea fans rip up the same stand seats that Leeds supporters used as missiles last Saturday. 8 people are taken to hospital and there are 25 arrests. On the positive side, Michael Robinson scores twice against his old club, Manchester City, as Brighton win 4-0. Another 2 for Billy Hamilton as Burnley, on course for 2 possible Wembley appearances, beat Swindon 3-1. And 2 First Division sides, Birmingham and Notts County, are beaten by Second Division opposition.
But we start at Anfield. It's 9 years since Liverpool last won the Cup. That was in 1974. And shortly afterwards, Bob Paisley took over as manager. He's won everything since then, but the Cup is the one competition that's eluded him throughout his career. He doesn't give much away, but Bob has admitted what a thrill it would be to go to Wembley and win it this year in his last as Liverpool's team manager. The commentator, Martin Tyler.
Phil Neal's initial FA Cup appearance for Liverpool was here against Stoke in the 3rd round 8 years ago. And Neal has shared in all the club's FA Cup experiences 35 matches since Bob Paisley succeeded Bill Shankly. Neal, in fact, was the match winner last Saturday against Birmingham when Liverpool were without Ian Rush. Now Rush has recovered from illness, and his return means that Ronnie Whelan drops down to substitute. Stoke's recent FA Cup record is mediocre. They're in the 4th round now for the first time for 5 years, and their task today hasn't been helped by Mark Chamberlain's continuing absence. So it's the same 11 that beat Ipswich last Saturday, but Richie Barker, the manager, will deploy his forces in a vastly different manner designed to frustrate Liverpool. Brendan O'Callaghan, usually, of course, at the forefront of Stoke's attack, but today given defensive responsibilities in their plan to contain Liverpool. Quite an occasion then for Ian Painter, but his last 5 games have brought 3 goals for the 18-year-old, one of which helped Stoke pass Sheffield United in the 3rd round. The current form here is very much in Liverpool's favour. 13 home wins on the trot for Liverpool, and Stoke have lost their last 6 away games in the First Division. But as Bob Paisley has written in today's match programme, the only certainty in the Cup is its uncertainty. George Courtney, today's referee, refereed the 1980 FA Cup final between Arsenal and West Ham. And here's Paul Maguire on the left-hand side of midfield. Painter showing enthusiasm, but tumbling Mark Lawrenson over. Stoke would have liked to have had Mark Chamberlain with some pace in their attack, but the referee talking to Ronnie Moran and saying that he wants Moran to keep his comments to himself. Here's Kennedy for Liverpool. Hodgson with the header. Away by Watson, but as he looked forward there was only Painter ahead of him. It had to go square, and Painter makes his run to try and get behind Lawrenson. This is the strategy for Stoke, to hit on the break. Liverpool are used to all sorts of plans and formations being tried against them at Anfield, but their cup record, 61 major cup games here since their last defeat in a knockout competition. It shows their skill at dealing with strategy. Dalglish. Hodgson trying to make ground. Berry nodded it back under pressure. Hansen met it solidly. Dalglish tried the flick, then Watson for Stoke. Stoke have been working on this team formation all week. It'll be interesting to see how Liverpool cope with it. And Rush has got away from O'Callaghan, and Dalglish was setting initially for the shot. Thomas half blocked him first of all, but Dalglish reacted speedily the second time, but fired the shot into the cop. It was Rush here away from O'Callaghan. Dalglish calling for it. Thomas half blocked him, and then Dalglish shot just wide. Maguire. Painter is offside. Ball arriving with Ian Painter when there was no teammate within 30 yards of him. That may well be the shape of his afternoon. Really a solitary figure up front. Lee. Now Hodgson. Ran into Hampton. Painter across to hound Lawrenson and come in late at him. And it's the second challenge by Ian Painter. Has caught the attention of the referee. For that accumulation of offences, 18-year-old Ian Painter has his name taken after just 9 minutes. Richie Barker, second from the left as we look on the Stoke bench, a great admirer of the Liverpool method. Souness going ahead of Neil. Hodgson coming short. This is Souness. And Stoke still marshal their forces on the edge of the penalty area. Picked off by Watson. It's interesting that this type of tactic should come from Stoke, who began the season with such a bright attacking philosophy. Free kick given in Thomas's favour. Thomas, now McElroy. Sammy McElroy appreciated the humour of the shot, which passed high over Grobbelaar's crossbar. Dropped off Thomas for Dalglish. Neil. Liverpool probing forward again, and Dalglish has made space for himself. And tried to curl it, and does! A great moment for a master craftsman. It's his 300th goal in senior club football for Celtic and Liverpool. And if anyone could find a way through a mass defence, it's Kenny Dalglish. After 23 minutes, his work off the ball initially had taken him clear, but he wasn't going to settle here for a cross into a crowded goalmouth. He clipped it over Fox, who couldn't keep the ball out. An artist at work. Stoke's planning didn't bargain for Dalglish. Hampton. Grobbelaar had called. Painter challenged and caused problems for Hansen. Down goes Thomas. Lawrenson the offender, but it was the industry of Ian Painter that has brought Stoke this situation of some potential. Hovla and Hansen involved in the mix-up as Painter was chasing. And it all ended with a free kick to Stoke. Taken by Thomas. Here's Kennedy. Played for Rush. Got it down for Dalglish. In goes Hodgson. And now Dalglish. He seemed to find the route forward when there appeared to be none. In the end, Stoke crowded him out. But for a second, there were defenders there with legs thrashing wildly to try and stop Dalglish. Lee, splendid control and vision with the pass. Rush for Hodgson. Dalglish. The move conducted at a speed that bewildered Stoke. First of all, Lee pulled the ball down that he had no right to reach, really. Helped it on. Then Rush was involved. Hodgson was caught slightly off balance, but Dalglish thundered the shot. Lawrence. Craig Johnston, who won possession back for Liverpool, is going through a good spell. Perhaps the first team regular at last. He's out by Hampton. Kennedy, past Bracewell. In a style that the crowd always appreciate, but they wouldn't appreciate the cross. Thomas playing a dangerous game. He's got the skill. Souness gestures that he got the ball, but he went through Thomas to get it. Well, Mickey Thomas has always been something of a cheeky player. This was the height of nerve here. Thomas. And it's Maguire at the far post. Bracewell drove the ball in his direction. Lee got in front of Maguire. Souness. Forward from Neil. Watson in the right place for Stoke. Souness. Hampton didn't want to have to put it out. In the end, there was no teammate close at hand. Lee. And here's Kennedy. He was aware that Souness was behind him. Dalglish. For Rush! Well, Liverpool show again. You can come here and get men behind the ball as Stoke are trying to do, but it's still not enough. Particularly when you see passes of great incision like this one from Dalglish for Rush. Five minutes remaining in the first half. And since the goal, Liverpool in control. Largely through this man. Johnston spreading it wide for Lee. Away by O'Callaghan, and as far as Neil. Stoke a little slow coming out to him, and it could have been costly. Neil was punching the air in expectation as the ball was on its way. And Stoke were prepared to stand their ground here as Neil let fly, and it was only a foot or so over. Throw given to Stoke. Hampton. Into a space that Liverpool were quickest to fill through Hansen. Neil. Hodgson. This is Lee. And now Dalglish. Well, he pulls the shots out like a conjurer taking rabbits from a hat. There didn't seem to be room here for Liverpool to exploit, but you only have to give Dalglish inches. McElroy, now Maguire, Callahan, and Callahan had lost it through the efforts of Rush, overstepped the mark, and Dalglish was involved. Free kick's already taken. Half-time whistle, the 300th goal for Kenny Dalglish, one of the most memorable in a glittering career. Stoke may see it as a touch fortunate, but it was Dalglish with a touch of invention that found a way through a mass defence. At half-time at Anfield, it's Liverpool 1, Stoke City 0. Graham Souness was in the last side to beat Liverpool in a major cup tie at Anfield. Souness was in the Middlesbrough team that won a League Cup tie here in November 1974. Well, will the second half bring a change in approach by Stoke? Callahan certainly lining up in the back five at the kickoff, alongside George Berry. And it's Johnston who gives away the free kick. Souness. Stoke had numbers committed forward then, and it's Lawrenson looking to exploit the situation in Liverpool's favour. Hampton went across with sheer determination to make sure the ball was his. Lee. Again, it looks as though they've left Dalglish, but it's his skill at losing the markers. Was the response. So cleanly hit by Dalglish, but just for a second he's ducked away there from Hampton, and Fox had to be at his most alert. Neil. Johnston jumping, so too for Stoke was George Berry. Souness. Lee again. Souness having to play on the retreat, given no time by Mickey Thomas, and it all ends through an offside flag against David Hodgson. The defensive header was from Neil. Thomas. And Dalglish using his brain. The inside and the outside of the head put to use then in a defensive capacity. Just a little anxious spell this for Liverpool, reflected there by Alan Kennedy's expression. Johnston. Here's Kennedy. Callahan got there before Hodgson, but Dalglish collected and saw a gap. He's been peppering away at Fox's goal, but the ones that have been really driven produced the end product of the one that curled in. Always so alert to the loose ball, and it was really driven just over the bar. Hansen. Good control from Parkin. Here's O'Callaghan. This time it was Thomas who took up the forward position. Free kick for Liverpool. Pushing the back on rush by Watson. Souness. Hodgson. Now Lee. Liverpool will be prepared to be patient, although Dalglish let fly, and Hodgson against the bar, and Hodgson tried to turn it in himself as the rebound came back to him. Dalglish here, again prepared to try his own luck, and it brought the chance for Hodgson with the double deflection. First against the bar, then Hodgson's header went wide. Stoke have certainly gone some way towards restricting the efforts at Peter Fox's goal, but it's their play at the other end of the field that is important for them now, as the game reaches its three-quarter mark. Bracewell. Liverpool won't allow Stoke to settle. Bracewell applying the same principles. Johnston on the receiving end. Hodgson. Johnston. Now Paul Bracewell for Stoke. Parkin had gone outside him, and he had read the intentions, though. Liverpool have three in the middle for the early ball. Hodgson is one. Well, he could have put it beyond reasonable doubt then. Stoke had given the ball away, and Kennedy was alert to the possibilities. Hodgson took it well on the chest, but couldn't keep the volley down. Stoke have the option of Neville Chamberlain as their substitute, a striker, alongside his injured brother Mark there. O'Callaghan giving Dalglish a rare taste of his own medicine, but he couldn't manage the pass. And Dalglish lost concentration. Johnston. Souness. For Dalglish. Again, so acutely aware of the possibilities. See, he was faced again by the line of defenders. Was trying to plot away over them and over the goalkeeper. Well, certainly Stoke have gone a long way towards solving the problem of containing Liverpool. They've got to push men forward. They're going to stay in the FA Cup. Grobbelaar, never shy of the unorthodox. Parkin. And Stoke do have players in the area now. Hampton. Lee, and it dropped off Hampton for Hodgson. Now Souness. Stoke respond again in a disciplined fashion. Dalglish. And Rush.